What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to know when the next video is going to drop, hit the notification. And if you want to leave a comment, bam, you know where it's at. Now let's get into this video real quick. The New York Knicks have the 76ers on the brink of elimination. Coming into this series, we heard from their star player, Joe Embiid. I'm gonna start calling him Dirty Embiid, talking about they were the better team. And you heard me. If you watch my videos, if you are a subscriber and a member of this channel, you heard me say the New York Knicks are the better team. I don't care what the pundits said. I don't care what you heard on ESPN, First Take, the Coward Herd Show, whatever you heard on this channel that the New York Knicks was the better team out of the two. And so far, I'm looking right. I said we would take this in 5. We go home to the Garden up 3-1, and we have a chance to do just that. Take this game, this series in 5. Send 76ers home. Send them out of their miseries. Send the general manager, send the organization back to the drawing board, back to the process. You heard what I said, you 76ers fan. Back to the process. Now, y'all got something in Maxey. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say Joe Embiid is not a good basketball player. He's not a good regular season player. Yeah, he's a good regular season player. But what have he done for y'all in the playoffs? Let's be real. What have Joe Embiid done for the 76ers in the playoffs? He gets y'all there. But do he get you out of the first round? And if he gets you out of the first round, how far can he get you? How many times have this man let your team down? First of all, he's injury prone. But now we know he's dirty. He's dirty. And I ain't talking about step outside and have somebody throw something on your clothes dirty. I'm talking about going out and trying to hurt players so that you can win a game dirty. And I know players do things in order to win games. But I respect guys that don't go out there and try to take people out. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people talk about 1980 basketball, early 90s basketball, tough, rugged, hard fouls. And in a way, I'm kind of glad that, the NBA went away from that, because look what we get in the game. We get more points, fantastic plays, and less injuries. You know what I'm saying? Less injuries. All right, let's get into this game. Like I said, the New York Knicks is up 3-1. We coming back to the Garden. That game will be playing Tuesday, 7 p.m. Let me say another thing. I know I go off a little bit. I hate when the games are not broadcast on MSG, because I hate the announcers. They have no respect for the New York Knicks. No matter what, they don't want to give the New York Knicks credit. And when the other guys make dirty plays, they somehow try to gaslight you like it was a regular basketball play, and it doesn't be. But let's get into this game. Like I said, let's get into this game. New York Knicks knocking off. No, not knocking off, but I'm gonna be saying that Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, whatever time my next video come out, that's what you're gonna hear me say. The New York Knicks knocking off the Philadelphia 76ers, eliminating them to advance to the second round. You're going to hear me say it. I guarantee you're going to hear me. And if it's not Tuesday, but I got a feeling it's going to be Tuesday, you're going to hear me say it out of one of these 2 BDs. You know what that 2 BD stand for? I know a lot of you think it's to be determined. No, it's the better damn team. You heard what I said, Joe Embiid. 2 BD stand for the better damn team, and that's what the New York Knicks are. The better damn team. You know what I'm saying? Look at this game. Now, when we look at this game and you look at the percentage shooting wise, you would say the Knicks had a dreadful night. And it didn't look pretty. Brunson, we'll get into Brunson in a minute. Historic night for the New York Knicks player. But let's get into this real quick as we look at these stats. 35% from the field goal, from the field. 27% from downtown. 42 rebounds. 23 assists. That's what the 76ers shot. Now, the Knicks ain't shoot that much better, especially from downtown, 25%, but they grabbed 52 rebounds. They had 19 assists, and they shot 43% from the field. Much better than Philadelphia. And this is what I'm talking about when you talk about they're the better team. Joe Embiid didn't score in the fourth quarter. Well, he scored in the fourth quarter, but it was 1 point, and it was from the free throw line. From the free throw line. You hear what I said? 1 point from the free throw line, Joel Embiid scored. And he's supposed to be this dominant player. But in the Latin, okay, I know a lot of people could talk about he's hurt, he's not 100%, so you shouldn't be out there. You're hurting your team. That's my opinion. If you can't, I know you're giving your all, but if you can't give your all, then you're hurting your team. But then if he's not out there, you see how the Knicks dominate the 76ers because he down there played the whole second half. And when he went to the bench, the Knicks made their move because the 76ers was up double. We'll get to the stats in a minute on the how many points they was up and this and that and all that. But this was a game that the New York Knicks came out, and some would say, oh, the Knicks got lucky. But no, this was a statement game. Because if you look around and you look at the other players and what they did, Josh Hart had a terrible night, but the rebounds is one thing he's going to keep coming. Like he said, if he knows he's having a messed up game, he can contribute in other ways. And that's what he did. He contributes. Dante, a real slow night. We're going to get to their stats, but he hit a three when we needed. But Tibbs did his job as coach of the year. I know he didn't get that award yet, and I know he might not win it, but in our world, Knicks fans, he is the coach of the year. And this game should put him in the contention or in the category or in the conversation for it because he designed a hell of a scheme. And some would say that this scheme was on the fly because once again, Dirty Embiid, you seen what he was doing throughout the game. When he fell or he made sure he intentionally fell on one of our players or stepped on one of our players. And our players had the composure not to get up and to respond to the dirtiness. You know what I'm saying? Because Josh Hart, I know if that was me, they'd have been holding me back because that was intentional. I don't care what nobody said. He went back. He made it block. But he looked down. And when he looked down, he seen where he's at, and he brung out that right foot, and he stepped on it. And even when Jalen Brunson was down, he made sure to dive on Jalen Brunson. But y'all want to know something? I got a secret. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anyone noticed this, but on that last foul, matter of fact, a block, Jalen Brunson, when Jalen Brunson went down, the way that foul went, he took him out. He took Joel Embiid out. When Joel Embiid came out and he grabbed his leg, when we go back, I don't have the replay for that play. But if you watch and you see what Jalen Brunson did, whether it was intentional or not, it was well deserved. Because after that play, Joel Embiid wasn't as mobile as he was earlier in the game. In my opinion, he wasn't as mobile. He wasn't. That fourth quarter, the New York Knicks did their thing. And it's no surprise because the New York Knicks are what? 44-3 when they go into the fourth quarter with the lead. They have a 61 win percentage in the fourth quarter. So it was no surprise that the Knicks was going to do this in the fourth quarter. There was no surprise. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we have the lead. You know what I'm saying? We outscored them damn near every quarter. If you look at it, we outscored them. The only quarter we didn't outscore them was in that second quarter. But we outscored them in every quarter. And I know y'all keep hearing me going with the phrase, who's the better team? Who better? Because that irked my nerves. I'm not going to lie to you because the audacity of Joel Embiid to come out and say that the 76 was better than the New York Knicks when we already beat y'all several times. Now I could see if y'all dominates through the regular season, you know what I'm saying? Then you can say we're a better team. But I don't want to hear about last season. You know what I'm saying? The season before the one passed. I don't want to hear about 4 years ago or how many games we lost against the 76ers because it's not the same team. It's not the same personnel. It's not the same players. You know what I'm saying? I just use the same words. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. But let's get into something real quick. My man JB, Jalen Brunson, like I said, you seen the thumbnail, breaking Bernard King's playoff record, point scoring record with 47 points, 10 assists. You know what I'm saying? The man continue. When I say he continued to do his thing in the playoff, career high for him as also. Like I said, they said They said the New York Knicks overpaid for Jalen Brunson. They said he was gonna be what did they say? Who was that? Was that Tim Liga? What did they say about Brunson when he came to New York? That New York Knicks overpaid and was it going to be make a difference? Him and Julius Randle's not a good pair. And mind you, Julius Randle's injured. Jalen Brunson is carrying his team. He's carrying his team. Now, just imagine if the New York Knicks had Julius Randle running beside Jalen Brunson right now. The Knicks would be so dangerous in the playoff. And I got a feeling, which scared me because y'all heard me earlier this season talking about Orlando. But the way Orlando is playing, honestly, I think they're gonna get Boston a little trouble. And that's kind of good because Boston might just be too battle tested for the New York Knicks. You heard what I said, because the New York Knicks is going to slide past the 76ers, go right over the Indiana Pacers. And that's going to be a series it's going to be a fun series because we get to see Obi Toppin. It's going to have a little, storyline. Knicks trade away power forward. Does the power forward get revenge against old team? It's going to have a storyline for that series because we know what's going to happen. The Bucks is not coming out of that series. We know, you know, I know. We all know that the Bucks is not coming out of that series. The New York Knicks will be meeting the Indiana Pacers in round 2. Now, will the Knicks get over that hump? Would that be this year? Because we dusted off the 76ers. I'm going to say it one more time. If y'all didn't hear me, 76ers fans, Joe Embiid, who's better? Who's better? Who's better? You know what I'm saying? Let me piggyback a little second on Tom Thibodeau and what he did tonight when Isaiah Hartenstein got in foul trouble, bringing in Achua. And I think that was the better move, especially after Jalen Brunson. You ain't gonna say no more, but after Embiid showed a little bit soreness, he wasn't as mobile, but it hadn't really do anything to do with his mobility. It was more so of the mobility of Achua and Anunoby getting in the position before him cutting off his what he wanted to get, and key blocks. How many blocks the Knicks had tonight? Hold on for a second. Let's check it out for 1 second. How many blocks the Knicks had tonight? I'm sorry. The Knicks had 11 blocks. The Knicks had 11 blocks tonight. You know what I'm saying? We only had 1 steal, 19 assists, as I said, 15 offensive rebounds, 52 altogether. Free throws, they got there at 26 times, making 16. They got to sharpen up that free throw because that's 10 points they missed. 76ers got there 29 times, and they made 25 of them, 29 attempts. And they shot 9 from 33 from downtown, 22 for 82 from the field. This is the Philadelphia 76ers. The Knicks shot 37 from 86 from the field, from the floor, 7 from 27 from the arc, shooting 25%, as y'all seen it there. Like I said, let's go over to the fast breaks with what we did. You know what I'm saying? Turnovers, the Knicks had 12 to their 8 points in the paint, 44 to their 32. Jalen Brunson, I think he had like 15, 14 points in the paint, 27 points alone. He was getting in the paint. He was doing his thing. They didn't double team him tonight, and he made them pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how lengthy Oubre was, and another dirty player, and what's his name, Batum. He took out one of the players. He took one of our players out tonight. He took Bogey out tonight. Dirty play. This is what I meant about. I don't care what people say about the 76ers. I don't have no respect for this team. I lost all respect for Joe Embiid from game 2 when he came out crying like a little bitch. Now, y'all don't know I don't like the curse, but that's what he was when he was talking about the refs and this and that, because the fouls that happened in game 2, it was marginal. That's what you call marginal contact. What he did in game 3 was called outright dirtiness, outright punch you in your face if you was in the park. Let's be real. We was in the park and he did that to somebody, it would be scrapping going on. It would be a fight in the park. because that was some dirty crap. But we're gonna pass that. I digress. We're gonna get back to this game. I know I'm going on. I hope y'all here still watching the video. And if you're still watching the video this long, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But most importantly, hit the like button. And if you can, share the video. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to this game right here. Brunson, like I said, had a spectacular game. And when you talk about the bench, the New York Knicks, what we had. McBride, 13 points off the bench. Achua 1. Bogey came in for 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. And I don't have any information on how serious that injury is. And soon as it comes out, well, after this video, I know I will have that. I will be making a video on that as well. But 1 minute. And that looked intentional to me as well. You know what I'm saying? The announcer, this is why I was talking about. I hate when games are not called on MSG. The announcer made a flimsy attempt to defend Batum while that was a basketball play. You're supposed to dive for the ball. I know you're supposed to dive for the ball, but you're supposed to dive for the ball when it's like an angle or cut. He was undercutting Bogey. You know what I'm saying? And he meant to do that. I don't care what anybody say. He meant to do that to Bogdanovic. Took him out the game. A potential scorer, somebody that hurt them in this series. Yes, Bogdanovic have hurt the 76ers in this series. It was just all out dirtiness. You know what I'm saying? From a bunch of biatches. That's why I said the whole team, all they did was complain, foul and complain. They're going out and committed fouls. You know what I'm saying? And this is why you gotta give the New York Knicks credit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say. There's not a team in this league that show the composure. You know what I'm saying? The New York Knicks do. Yeah, they riff. They get a little upset because rightfully so. And the world see when they get fouled and do not get the call. It's not like the New York Knicks get these little bumpy fouls and they start beefing. No, they get poked in the eye. They get smacked in the face, and the refs look like they're not even looking. They're not even looking at that. And I know some of you might say, if you stumble on this channel, you're not a Knicks fan, and you come across that segment, what I just spoke on, you might say I'm biased, but it's the truth. And y'all know it as well. But let's just talk about these stats real quick so we can get out of here. If you look at what, like I said, the New York Knicks did, Brunson played 43 minutes, 47 points, 18 from 34 from the field, 2 from 8 from downtown, 9 from 11 from the free throw line. Had a plus-minus rating of 10. Looked real good. Anunoby, the next highest scoring Knicks, he had 16 points, 8 for 16, 0 for 4 from downtown. Didn't make it to the free throw line. This is what I'm talking about. He was going to the hole, still didn't get any opportunity of free throw attempts. It's just garbage the way the officiating has been called. And even in the Garden. You know what I'm saying? Someone say, well, they didn't call that foul with Deontay, the end of the game, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear that crap because that game wouldn't have been that close or gotten to that position if the ref wasn't letting the 76ers have their way with the New York Knicks. That's just my opinion. And I'm pretty sure some of you might disagree with me. If so, hit me in the comments. Like I said, I love to respond. I love to hear what y'all have to say. That was one of the reasons I created my channels, because there's a lot of times I hear people say things and I want to vent. You know what I'm saying? It'd be so blasphemy towards the New York Knicks that I just want to say something. I just want to know if anybody felt the way I felt. But anyway, let's move over to the 76ers. Let's see what they did. They keep talking about they're the better team. Let's look at their bench and how they perform. 6 points from the bench. They have 4 people come off the bench, and you look what we did. We played the Knicks play an 8-man rotation in the playoffs so far, and they took 1 man out, so we was left with 7 men. And down the stretch, we basically played with 6 players. Isaiah Hartenstein being in foul trouble, and Tibbs made some right calls going with the plays he went with down the stretch. Let's be real, you know what I'm saying? Now let's get to these stats right here real quick so I can get up out of here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please don't forget to leave a comment and hit that notification bell. All right, let's go over to Joe Embiid, 43 minutes, 27 points, 7 from 19 shooting, 1 for 6 from downtown. He lives at the free throw line. And one can't get mad because what Isaiah Hartenstein understands is, like, as soon as you put your hand on him, he's going to go for that shot, especially if you put your hand on the hip. It leaves the way he does it. It's a sneaky, but it's an effective move that gets him to the free throw line. We know he lives there. But when one think about it, without the free throws, would Joel Embiid be averaging the points that he averaged? You know what I'm saying? If the refs ain't call some ticky-tack fouls, would he be averaging 35 points a night or a game, whatever the case may be? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Them free throw lines, and man, I would love to have a big center that can hit the free throws the way he do. And when it comes to his offensive game, I would take nothing away from Joel Embiid. But his character, I'm not going to lie to you, this series has made me look at this man a whole different light. I'm going to be one to tell you that when y'all talk about, because we had Knicks fans talk about trade for this guy, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was strongly against it, and I'm still against it. And now that I see the type of character that he has, no, I don't want a type of player like that on my team. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. And the fact that he haven't gotten it done for Philadelphia 76ers, he's injury prone, and he shouldn't be the main focus on offense. Now, I know I can get slapped across the face for that, but they're already giving him and Maxey, they share the ball just as much. So let me backtrack from that statement. But honestly, the 76ers need that third star right now, because Joel Embiid, as good as he is, he's not that reliable. And I'm not going to take nothing from his consistency, because he can get to the free throw line consistently. He can get you 10, 20 points a game. I'm back up and let's erase the 10 points. He can get you 20 to 30, 40 points a game. His consistency is there. I don't know what to say about him in particular and why he can't get that team over the hump. One would think that the 76ers will have a championship by now with him on it, and the players that they had surrounded him with throughout the years. One would think that the 76ers would have been at the NBA Finals at least. But like I said, the New York Knicks are the better team. They proved it tonight. Tuesday, we will be getting a couple of days rest. Well, who knows? Because, like I said, the Bucks is on their way out. You know, they're on their way out as well. So, this has been a fun season. This has been exciting and a little frustrating series so far. But right now, the New York Knicks are on the verge of sending the 76ers home. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless, and peace.